Hi, I'm Prabhu Aggarwal, and I'm the Assistant Dean of the Executive MBA program. Um, I actually am responsible for the Global Strategy program and the Global Strategy class and the Executive MBA program. And one of the things that highlights this class is a 2-week international residency. This year, the students and the program decided that we are going to focus on emerging market economies, and we chose to go to India after a student vote was taken. The purpose of a trip like this is really to understand the economy, the culture, the challenges, the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities that exist in emerging market economies. We planned a trip which focused on 3 cities: Delhi, the political capital; Bangalore, the IT hub of India; and Mumbai, the financial capital and the entertainment capital of India. And in addition to these 3 cities, we also focused on multiple industry segments, and we ended up visiting India's largest automobile manufacturer, Maruti, India's largest private equity fund, ICICI Ventures, India's largest IT outsourcing company, Infosys, and many other corporations such as eValue Serve, a local entrepreneur, a local microfinance company, a local NGO.
Yesterday we had the opportunity to visit one of the larger retail companies here in India. A joint partnership between Bharti Enterprises, which is a large conglomerate here in India, and also a multi-brand retailer in Walmart Stores Incorporated. These 2 companies came together in 2007 to partner to try to expand Walmart's vision of offering low prices to their customers. Kind of interesting situation because the government doesn't allow multi-brand retailers to come really establish themselves here in the country. So Walmart understood that and wanted to position themselves in this country, thinking that later that the government will look at that differently and they would be first in market if that was to come in terms of multi-brand retailing. And so that's a strategy that I'm familiar with as we learned that in Professor Ring's class in our marketing class.
And today we learnt about how business is transformed in the IT sector from an evolution of being a services industry, doing support services of America sleeping and India monitoring. And that day of revolution has taken place in the IT sector, and now today people are focusing about how the business value chain has been transformed. And today, part of the partnership and part of the ecosystem, India is an emerging market, is jointly working with America, Europe and other countries to see how can you improve a mankind.
So one of the companies that we visited on our trip to India was a business called Goli Vada Pav. And Goli Vada Pav is a startup fast food company that has just recently started in India. It makes an interesting dish because India is a largely vegetarian culture. Their fast food sandwich is a potato sandwich, and it uses a potato as its meat and serves that in with a very spicy sauce on it. And they have about 20 locations now throughout India and in all different kind of sectors of India. And it was a very different business for us to go to because a lot of the businesses that we went to in India had very established offices and very established businesses that had been up and running for a long time, very formal offices. We went into their offices, and it was a fairly small staff in a sort of makeshift conference room that they had given us. It was, I think it was quasi-office space and kitchen space. And then the CEO of Goli Vada Pav gave us an intro on, how he started the business, how they've been developing it. He went through everything from their marketing strategy to their venture capital strategy to how they financed it to, different struggles that they were having and how they got some advice from some of the McDonald's partners, and how they structured the different franchises that they sell for the establishment of these different fast food businesses. And so it was a very interesting and very different experience from what we had seen in some of the other businesses in India. And it was great. It took a lot of, I think it tied for a lot of people in the class, it tied together a lot of the different things that we've been learning in, marketing from Larry Ring, and accounting from Bill Geary, and finance with John Strong. Kind of pulled all of these different pieces together and into one business, and how all of that, how all of those different facets and learning comes to build a company.